Normally, you would assume in a campaign game, the main antagonist would have a lot of interactions with the player and a huge relevance to the story. Vanny in Security Breach not only breaks this mold, but absolutely shatters it, only having 6 appearances across an entire playthrough. But with Vanny being so irrelevant in the state she's in, I wondered, can Security Breach be beaten without seeing Vanny? For this challenge, I only need to follow 2 rules. 1, I cannot see Vanny in any form at any point during the run or I'm disqualified, and 2, I must complete every part of the game legitimately, so no wall clipping or skipping areas. Now, with those rules in place, you may be wondering how I got around certain parts like the Vanny appearance in the recharge station, but let me remind you, this is Security Breach, a buggy mess. Enjoy! The first order of business was deciding which ending to pursue. The only 2 options that didn't include Vanny were the Burntrap and the loading dock ending. I decided on the latter because spending an extra 4 hours recording alone would be sad even to the most dedicated League of Legends players. Vanny's very first appearance was a major issue and almost ended this video before it began. For those who don't know, after completing the daycare mission, the lights go out and you have to reach a recharge station. Once entering the station, Vanny crosses the player's vision, which is unavoidable. Obviously, with the objective being to not see Vanny, I had to work around this. So my imagination went X Games mode and came up with the following bright ideas. Exiting Freddy while in the daycare, never entering Freddy at all, exiting Freddy by the slide in an attempt to get back into the daycare, and finally exiting Freddy during his running animation, all of which failed. Needless to say, getting past the recharge station was pretty difficult. There were no tutorials as there is no benefit to a regular player being able to do this, so I had to work from scratch. The main issue was that there were 2 definite but contradictory rules. You have to stay inside Freddy in the daycare or you will be killed by Moon, and Freddy cannot exit the daycare or he will override player controls and enter the recharge station, causing Vanny's appearance. Eventually, I discovered that you could exit Freddy right on the border of inside and outside the daycare. This is possible because when exiting Freddy, you get nudged forward. So while exiting, I was in the daycare, but when I had exited, I was technically no longer at risk of being attacked by Moon, and Freddy had not reached his trigger point to start his animation. After this, I would simply enter the recharge station manually and nothing would happen. Wait! Yes! Yes, we did it! Yes! Successfully overcoming the hardest point in this challenge. Vanny's next appearance comes in the security room after you've been caught by Vanessa. She appears on the TV screen, but seeing her here is insanely easy to avoid. Just look down. I wish I was joking. Remember this masterful technique to avoid seeing Vanny. We will use it later. Once exiting the security room, Vanny is supposed to chase you around the area until you reach the elevator. But if you just hold W and shift, nothing stops you reaching the elevator in about 10 seconds. What a waste of a great character to make them not even a mild inconvenience. The next time Vanny appears is in the Showtime control room on the monitors again. Remember that ingenious strategy I told you to remember? Just look down. Well, we're going to use it again here. I feel like I'm personally insulting this game by cutting out the main antagonist by simply just looking down, but it goes to show how irrelevant Vanny is. Another really irrelevant Vanny appearance is in the main atrium after playing the Showtime disc. She chases you, but most players won't even notice as she is so insanely slow you can just walk off. In this video, I barely even got the effect from Vanny as I was so far away by the time she appeared. Her final appearance takes place in the sewer after borrowing Chica's beak. Here, Vanny chases you through winding sewers, but as long as you simply don't turn around when you hear her chase sound effect, then you can just keep running without seeing her and be completely fine. I think this interaction in particular had hugely lost potential. After that, simply finishing up the game and exiting via the loading docks finishes our run. And just like that, we are done. And so we managed to complete Security Breach without seeing Vanny once. I think it's madness that this is achievable in a game so reliant on story told by character details, and even a bit sad that this is what Vanny's become after all the hype and build up to her. And that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.